everyone, welcome to the
Hi.
No Bio Podcast, episode 236, with myself, George, and that is
Atticus Freeman.
That is
Atticus Freeman.
we should introduce you as the well-known Nicolas Cage movie, Con Air.
Con Air.
Con Air.
Is that supposed to be me? You said you watched that, didn't you? Finally.
What, Con Air?
No, Unbearable Weight of Massive Ego.
Oh yeah, that was a few weeks ago now. Yeah, because that came on Prime towards the end.
Towards the end of last year, yeah. I've rewatched that over the weekend on the 4K. The Steelbook is cheap, like the Meg. The Steelbook is cheaper than the
actual release
4K, which doesn't make any fucking sense. It's a gorgeous.
What's the
Steelbook.
artwork on the Steelbook like?
So
is it just every Nicolas Cage?
Yes. And Pedro Pascal and
Pedro Pascal, the internet's daddy.
You know what? Google image it. Fucking hell, I'll get my phone and image it and then show you.
Okay, while you do that, we will say welcome back to No Bio Podcast, where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics. Knowledge is limited. There's some video games, I'm sure of it, but fuck it, I don't know, we'll try.
Midnight Suns isn't happening anytime soon, but I've played the game as well.
Pop culture escapism. That's what we are. We'll be talking about the Oscar nominations that came out. Was it 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
2 days ago for the ceremony that Connor thought was like tomorrow, but it's in March.
It's in March, yeah.
And oh my god.
Yeah, so that Nick Cage, Nicky.
Shall we do? Let's name what every movie.
Yeah,
that
Nick Cage is
from.
in. Okay, yes.
So that's Con Air, the long-haired one. That's Con Air.
Okay.
That's,
you definitely know that.
That looks like Drive Angry.
Right.
That's Ghost Rider, surely.
Yeah.
That
one is the.
That's just him at home.
That's Mandy. Mandy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Face Off? Should be that one, surely.
Yeah, because of the hair and the statue in the film. Yeah. I don't know who that one is.
I don't know.
Nerdy Nick Cage.
I'm not gonna lie. That looked like a cross between John Cusack and fucking Edward Norton.
Yeah. God,
the Edward Norton edition where he's edited in. Oh, but that is a nice looking steelbook. How much did you get that for?
So this is Amazon. I didn't get it on Amazon. It's
20 quid for
no,
a 4K
but I think
steelbook.
HMV is $15.99.
Fuck me, I'm going HMV. Oh my god. The thing, because like I'm an avid steelbook collector if I've already got them.
Yeah,
so
I'm surprised.
Like,
I'm surprised I didn't like forward it your way. No, it's still $15.99.
Oh my god.
In HMV. Still $15.99. I'll send it to you now.
For a 4K steelbook as well. That's mental.
Limited edition 4K Ultra HD steelbook.
Because I've got, apart from the Doctor Who new series, I've got Shazam, Birds of Prey, the Meg, because, like we said, the Meg was cheaper than the actual normal release.
Yeah, which is why I ended up buying that. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yes, that's really nice. Yeah, so Oscars.
Nice.
Oscars. We got some film news and stuff between then. And what else?
Potential release of the next collection box set, maybe floating around.
It was, I saw that. Did you see what one it was?
Yes, I did. But I did see it.
Yes.
I saw it a bit late. I saw a channel post it, and I thought,
I still need to buy a new copy of season 2 and send my broken one back.
But there's no official posting. I mean, unless live on the air, the next season's going to be unveiled on Amazon. No. No, it's just every other season we've got. Okay.
I am at the point where I'm like, do I sell the ones I've got and just get the fucking standard ones? Just
you're at that point.
I'm sick of them break. But like you said, your disc tray
I'm the other way. Yeah, all the new seasons, like series 1 to 4, they're not all fucked, but like just with Amaray standard cases where the disc binders
brittle plastic.
Yeah, very breakable. Yeah, just doesn't hold.
It doesn't hold at all. Just like, do you know what else doesn't hold? So we got some also news about Justin Roiland that happened.
Yes. Which is a name that's literally
it's in your head.
Yeah, he is. I don't know where he is.
He's
in the multiverse. He's in my meta multiverse in my mind somewhere. He's in my he's Darth Vader.
Yeah. No. No. I was doing the bit from Rise of Skywalker. I've been every voice inside your head. So look, that's weird. Amazon have got the season 24 limited, and the standard slim one. I'm looking for the season 7 because there was a point where it had like season 17 was still
in limited or standard.
Yeah, still in limited, but I don't think it's there anymore. Season 8 was there for ages as well.
Yeah, season 8 was floating around. Yeah, it's one of the best seasons
because I think it's just like they're like, so we still got 23 still about, because my one was the box itself was damaged. 24, the disc tray's fallen out, so I'll have to get a new one of them. Which means that 17, I'll have to just fucking like it all. So I'm like, I might just send it back.
Give up.
Not give up, but it's just like, it's slightly cheaper. So if I get the money back that I paid for them, I'm going to save money anyway and still have them. Yes, they won't be as gorgeous.
Did you watch the Lee Binding video I sent you, where he unboxed the collection sets and he went into all of the behind the scenes and kind of the production around the sets and the art design, and he kind of hinted at a Wilderness Years set.
Shit. Yeah, 17's gone. I'm just gonna have to. I'll just have to fucking glue them. Fuck it. 23. No, 22. Sorry, 23's gone. 20. I'll have to watch that video. I saw that you said. Yeah, 22's still in. I'm gonna. It's really fucking annoying. Why? Like, they're beautiful. They're amazing.
They are very.
Why can't they just work? Make enough of them that work. Okay, so the Justin Roiland stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware of Adult Swim and Rick and or Morty?
Rick and or Morty, yes.
Well,
both. I don't know about both.
Before you Google it and it spells it for you, Justin Roiland is now no longer part of Adult Swim or Rick and Morty moving forward. Being the voice of both Rick and Morty, he is.
I did see, and I didn't read it, but I saw an article saying something's happened to Rick and Morty, not longer happening. A very vague Facebook post of like, Rick and Morty in trouble, Justin something. And I thought Justin Timberlake guest star in an episode, no more. And then I didn't read it.
Yeah, Justin. Adult Swim have cut ties with one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty and the production team themselves, because it was Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland that co-created Rick and Morty. Justin Roiland obviously voices Rick and Morty. I believe it was domestic abuse stuff that had sort of been floating around before, and since that's sort of come out and been a lot more prominent in the media, they've just stepped back and gone, no, not involved. So the roles of Rick and Morty will be recast.
Okay, yeah, understandable.
But I would like to put forward this guy from TikTok while I search for him. I can just also say that they're like, it's not ending.
No, of course not. No.
Because
I would have read that
because production is. They're in pre-production for season 7 because it was
after they were on season 6.
Season 6 finished.
It just finished. Okay.
It finished a few months ago. It was on E4. And fuck off. It was, what was it? Because what was it, after season 3 or 4, like they got given like 70 more episodes.
Vaguely, that rings a bell.
That was ages ago now, but they said it will continue on until at least season 10.
Okay,
is what we've had out of that. Is that but a lot of people are torn between like, oh, it's carrying on, or like maybe you should just cancel it, because the problem with Rick and Morty, and this is possibly a video essay that we could do, is that it is one of the most toxic sort of ultra masculine, like it attracts the ultra masculine fucking, like,
vicious attackers,
jock bastards, isn't it?
Yeah. The internet community as well, like all the trolls and nasty comments.
Well, like when you look at when was it, the fuck, what am I trying to say? When they did the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's, when after that episode, then they like eventually brought it back, and then you had so many people being arseholes towards the staff when there wasn't that much
of it, the Szechuan stuff,
and it just kicked up. I was like, this is a pretty shitty fan base. So I will right now get up this guy on TikTok who is.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Sean Kelly. You might know me as Morty Says, but you'll see that my name's changed below to reflect my real name, Sean Kelly.
Okay, that's boring. I just want.
That's not the video.
The boy who lived no more.
Trying to find one of his really good impressions.
Harry Potter.
But yeah, so this guy does a great impression of a really good Morty. His Rick's got better.
Morty is 10 times better than your Rick. I agree. When I first started posting on this app a couple years ago, I was just doing Morty impressions, and they weren't even that good. But over the years, they've gotten a lot better. They've gotten pretty good. Oh man, oh geez, Rick. But since I started the account, ever since I started it, people have been asking, can you do Meeseeks, can you do Lemon Grab, can you do Rick? Justin does all those voices, can you do them? So I started grinding and trying to learn the voices, and I've learned with Rick, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me! That one's easy. I'm Lemon Grab! I don't even know what to say. But those are easy, but Rick was the one that was difficult, and it's still difficult, and I can hit a sweet spot, but it's mostly when I speak loudly like this, hey, Wubalubadubdubs! But when I speak quietly like this, it doesn't sound very much like Rick. I'm trying, but we'll get there one day.
I rate it.
Sean Kelly on
Sean
TikTok.
Kelly.
There is a video of Justin Roiland watching one of his videos, so you know.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously, like when they get shown, this guy could do a really good impression of the voices you do. Yeah, so that's the thing. Hopefully, it's a shame because High on Life had such a good fucking trajectory of like it was.
High on Life, yes, I did play the game.
Best thingy, Xbox Game Pass games of like all time.
Yeah,
like it surpassed and was the most popular and things like that. And obviously, that's made by. The same production company behind that, like they do, like Justin Roiland's company. So I don't know whether that's gonna take a hit off of it or whether that's gonna sort of be taken off of game because it's on Game Pass at the minute. Because I've played.
It's been on Game Pass for absolutely months. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I've played it and I love it, and maybe we'll have to show. But yeah, do not condone Justin Roiland in any way. It's it's people being held accountable for their actions at the end of the day.
Shameable actions, disgusting actions. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at some of the other stuff that family members of his have supposedly done as well, it's like maybe it's just
the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Apparently,
in some cases,
apparently not. Who are we to judge? We do not know him.
We don't.
My only thing is that Rick and Morty itself has kind of like a lot of people have said that it's kind of fallen off the quality wagon anyway in terms of like it just seems to be degrading as it goes on.
Right.
In terms of the first 2 seasons were like. Really great because they didn't have a full-time job, and then it was after that they were like, all right, like make this your full-time thing. You actually make the show, and then they're actually making stuff they want to make. But then it's almost got to a point of like the snake eating its own tail kind of thing. Like we are almighty powerful, we do what we want. But then you've got the fans that were fucking
die over that hill,
that were dying on the hill of like
that cliff defending the show.
I don't know if it was season 5 or season 4 when like. The Meeseeks stuff's in it. It's like, see, now we're doing something we've done before. Like, as into sort of like, because Rick and Morty is very good at taking piss out of the fans in terms of like, this is what you want. Like, we don't just pander to like the fucking vocal thing of like,
yeah.
But also, it maybe has gone off the boil in the past 2 seasons because I've really enjoyed all of them when I watch them. It is a show that like is you can tell calls to the fucking deepest, darkest recesses of the internet for the people that fucking die on like for this show. But maybe it be good. Maybe like to have a voice like that out of it. Maybe you just let Dan Harmon be the guy to not necessarily because I know that like between them like they did a lot of they had a writer's room, but also like they were sort of all over the aspects of what would happen in the season because it's not big on season arcs. You've kind of had like mini ones in terms of like seasons 2 and 3 are probably the most arc heavy,
right?
And then the rest is kind of like from now on we just consider that we've reset.
Story time's over, kids.
Yeah, basically kind of shit.
Deal with it, Morty.
We shall see. So maybe less toxicity will be a good thing. Just like less toxicity. I don't know where this is going. I don't have a story about the Flash this week, so I can't really use that as a segue.
What a shame. Ezra was a good boy this week.
I mean, were they? Were they, not he? That's the pronoun. Their pronoun is they. I have to remember that. We are trying. Apparently, Agatha Coven of Chaos has begun filming with Joe Locke rumoured to be playing a teenage version of Wiccan.
Yep.
Which
I see that.
Which begs the question: where's the love for Speed? Because
Keanu Reeves, 1994, great movie.
Very good movie
on Disney Plus.
Speed 2.
It didn't happen.
But no, with like Speed's like been pushed out quite a bit. Like in terms of they were in.
Both in
the person that played him was in Multiverse of Madness, wasn't he?
Yes, both of them were.
Yeah, but it was all like Wiccan was the one that was on the red carpet and was sort of like more front and center in terms of like Wanda definitely had a favourite of her kids, but yeah, I think we need some love for the old Speed because it's
it Speed that is with Hulkling, or is that Wiccan that's with Hulkling, or is that just another character?
I thought it was Speed. I'm not 100% sure because I know that that's a relationship that is newer to the comics, isn't it? Because that was the last few years, wasn't it? I swear that was like three odd years ago, something like that.
Really? I thought it was before the Vision family. I feel like the Vision family was like 3 years ago, and then that was at least older.
We don't know. What we proved is we know nothing.
No.
But what we do know is that, I mean, we're here for Coven of Chaos, right?
Yeah, because it's going to bring Wanda back. It will bring her back.
Yeah,
she definitely did not die.
We know she didn't die, but
yeah.
I don't know. If
she'll be in it, but in a cameo.
Maybe like cameo.
She'll pop in it. They'll talk about her, then she'll be like in a flashback, and then she'll be in the finale or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again has added Arrow writers Graham Godfrey and Jill Blankenship to the writers' room.
What, Arrow writers?
Yes.
Oh.
Crossing the streams, as it were. I mean, I can't, like, everything we've heard about Daredevil Born Again, touch wood, nothing has been bad. You know,
no.
Everything just
God, no.
I think, dare I say, I'm most excited for this out of all the Disney Plus series.
I mean, it's got three times the length of all the rest, so that's...
3 times the length, double the girth, and some of the...
legal stuff.
Yes.
We think?
Some of the legal stuff we
think.
Put that on the poster.
Some of the legal stuff we think.
Someone wants to make a fan art of that. Twice,
T-shirt.
3 times the length, double the girth, and some of the legal stuff, ... we think. But yeah, I think it's my most anticipated Disney Plus series out of all the ones that we know are announced or happening.
Yeah, in Phase 5, absolutely.
Because, like, I'm up for Secret Invasion, but, like...
It's 6 episodes.
I think every series is just going to be going, that's one down. We're one series closer to Daredevil. Just because I love that Netflix show so much, and that is some of the...
Too much. We all love it too much.
I think that is some of the best television that we've had in the last few years, certainly in terms of the streaming level. I think that's when Netflix were like, yeah, we give a shit.
I mean, you can't say that about Loki season 2. I mean, that I want to see.
Oh yeah, that I want to see. But I would just, to see a full-on thing where Matt Murdock is in it the whole time and is not an extended cameo or being fucked by She-Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But who's to say she can't make a cheeky appearance in it?
I'm up for more Tatiana Maslany in anything. She is fabulous in that. The thing that Phase 4 has done, and a lot of people will moan about this, right?
Here we go, Phase 4. Here we go.
Obviously, there's no sense of direction.
No sense of direction.
But for us, it's legacy, and sort of the handing up in terms of they're all trying different things, because then it was almost a bit like a palate cleanser, wasn't it? Sort of,
definitely this phase
to sort of do it a bit. There's more stuff going on, but we're not really going to get into that yet and then bam, it's going to hit you from Ant-Man onwards. It's going to be like this thing is coming, because I feel like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is essentially going to be the equivalent of Thanos turning around at the end of Avengers. It's going to be like, something big is on the way. Yeah,
he's going to die,
and we're going to see a lot more variants of him. I think this will be the defining Marvel villain.
This will be the thank you for putting up with us last year for 2022. Now, you're welcome.
Did you see their Marvel put a thing out of like, it was at the end of the year, basically all the TV shows and stuff, like it was a montage they put on their YouTube channel and social medias, and then it ends with transmission ending, incoming transmission phase 5.
Oh.
And it was like, I think it was all the phases, but like the TV shows were more of a focus of it because obviously, it was more predominant, especially compared to other phases where it was just,
definitely. Last year was TVception. Yeah, there was a lot of TV shows for Phase 4.
But I think that look, we're gonna watch them because
religious fanatics.
People will say that I keep up with the MCU even though I stopped enjoying it 5 years ago, but the fact of the matter is, they are compelling stories. Like, we'll get fatigue eventually, but they are compelling stories, and I'm just up for the fact that when we are getting heroes and versions of heroes that I never thought we'd get. Like, if you'd have said to me when the MCU first started, we're going to have a Sam Wilson Captain America, I'd have been like, what? You're actually going to be racially inclusive? for a
Yeah,
superhero
for a superhero
film.
film.
That never happens. But Marvel and Disney, hats off to them so far, are being good forces for that. It took them too long to make a female-led superhero movie,
Yes,
and
it did.
DC in the end did beat them to that. But they're compelling stories, compelling characters. We are invested in these characters and actors. They've become household names because of their work.
Definitely, yeah. So many new names and faces have been introduced since I've been exposed to it. Because I was dumb enough to realise I was watching the MCU and not realising it was the universe until like Winter Soldier or Age of Ultron. That's when I was like, oh wait, these things are linking and crossing over and appearing.
And magnificent.
Yeah, and brilliant. And Phase 3, obviously, was
5.
the highlight. 3 + 2 = 5.
That's some quick maths. But
Quantumania, absolutely.
Quantumania, really
Can't
looking
wait.
forward to. We are at this moment of recording. We are 3 and a bit weeks out. Is it 3 and a bit weeks?
3 weeks, yes.
Something like that.
I've got that day off. It is 3 weeks.
I need to. I'm sure I'm off. I need to just sort stuff out.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3
3
weeks
Friday.
today and 2 Friday. Yeah, so 3 weeks and 2 days at time recording. Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's going to be good. We should move on to the fact that other stuff is happening, like the Wonder Man TV show might start filming sooner than expected.
Yeah, because that was September 23, and now it's supposedly March, isn't it? I think, or they're shooting
because
it in March.
they'd announced Yahya Abdul-Mateen the second to be in it, and that was
end of last year. I want to say November, December.
I want to say a bit, but I think it was a bit before that.
Really?
I want to say it was about
really late.
August.
No, September.
And
really? They announced the show back then, but I swear his casting was.
I think he was announced earlier than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we know who's in it. We know the basic premise of it. It's gonna be one of the more fun ones. Like I'm looking forward to that as well. But for that to come out a bit earlier,
Halloween. According to Variety magazine, Halloween, end of October time. Yeah, no, definitely.
Maybe it just feels like we've known about this kind of stuff forever.
He was fan cast in like August, September time.
I think he'd be amazing.
He's one of my favourite actors.
He's very good in
Watchmen, the series. I didn't even realise it was him.
Did you finally watch it?
I watched it ages ago.
Did you? Because we talked about that before.
COVID,
he was amazing in it.
He was, and I didn't even realise it was him.
And he's actually very good in Aquaman.
Yes.
I think he's one of the few times it's like that's a proper, almost like pantomime villain-esque.
He
He knows what movie he's in.
He was very cool in Candyman. He did
He
to
was
the
very
best
good
of
in
his
Candyman.
ability to what he did in Matrix Resurrections. Movie
When-
itself.
Because did you watch all 4 of them sort of back to back? Did you watch the trilogy and then go into Resurrections?
Yes.
What did you think of his portrayal of Michael Morbius?
Michael Morbius. Hi, I'm Michael.
Because is it distracting the fact that he is Mobius?
It is, but it isn't, because this is the first hour of the film. It's so... We're not even a movie. We're just taking the piss out of our company, Warner Brothers. Look, you want to play a video game? We're in an office playing Office Simulator for the first hour of the movie. That's when you're like, is this a long advert? Like, what the fuck am I even watching? And then the movie kicks in, and then you realise, like, oh, he's Morbius, which we all knew anyway. And then he doesn't really... I don't feel like he gets enough time to really distinguish the character to become like a second incarnation. He doesn't feel like a Morbius knockoff, but he doesn't feel like Morbius. He just is kind of there, and you are thinking to yourself, why isn't this Lawrence Fishburne for the sake of continuity? Because the film is so disengaged with continuing what came before, yet in that second hour you get so many flashback snippets to the film that you are watching. It does feel very disconnected and discombobulated. But his, like, what he was given, he was great in. Like, literally, Candyman, Aquaman, Trial of Chicago 7 I've not watched.
So he's going to have
Watchmen.
Candyman, Aquaman, and Wonder Man.
And Wonder Man. He's been so many men. So many men. Us. He was in Us as well.
Well, not us personally.
No.
Didn't take us out to dinner
Not
first.
Pasty. That was the prequel, Pasty. But Ambulance. I was going to say Ambulance is the last great thing I've seen him in.
Oh yeah, he was in Ambulance, wasn't he?
With Jake Gyllenhaal, and he was, just one of the better
ambulance,
underrated films.
One of the better ambulance men.
GTA the movie, kind of.
But yeah, we look forward to that. We look forward to seeing the Wonder Man.
Sooner rather than later, we hope.
Something we are seeing soon-ish is Pedro Pascal all of our dads. The best man since Rick Grimes was the guy in Post-Apocalyptic World.
Yeah, right.
You're enjoying The Last of Us so far?
I think the whole world is safe to say. Yeah.
All the stuff I've seen, like the clickers and everything, is like, oh,
They
gorgeous.
Yeah, they.
It makes me want to play the game again.
Photo-like.
Like I've not played.
But I'm purposely not to until the series is done.
Have you played the game before?
I've played both games. Yes. Yeah.
But do you remember the endings for certain things?
Yes, I'm not just saying that on camera, but yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I remember the story beats. It's just it's sometimes you get the journey.
Yeah.
I don't remember the journey, but I remember the
the destination. You just don't know how he got there. Oh, that's fair enough.
Between both mediums, and there are subtle differences between both. More apparent in this one because of the sake of we've got an hour runtime, we've got to kind of get moving on a little bit. Whereas the game, you are wandering around in buildings, finding safe codes and getting collectibles and finding ammo.
Do you wish there was an episode that was like 2 hours long where it was just the pause menu?
It's just the pause menu. Well, it's just them playing guitar.
Yeah, it's just fuck, I'll pop out and just come back, and then the episode carries on. Just like when you used to play the game, because
yeah,
good times. But Pedro Pascal is back once again. He's the Renegade Master. In the 1st of May or the 1st of March, he will be back as the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I forget that's also coming
because
out.
We've had trailers for that, and
I've still not watched.
I love the confusion of all the people that didn't watch Book of Boba Fett when they're like, and Grogu's back because it's like, you poor child. Let me show you the way.
That is not the way. You need to go on Book of Boba Fett right now.
But we have a list of confirmed directors for season 3.
Oh, good. Okay, right. Hit me.
We've got Lee Isaac Chung.
Okay.
We've got Rick Famuyiwa, Bryce Dallas Howard,
yeah,
Rachel Morrison,
yeah,
Peter Ramsey, and Carl Weathers.
Okay.
And the first one will probably be Jon Favreau, won't it?
Episode 1 and written by Jon Favreau.
It's written by him.
It's Britain.
But those are the ones. Those are the confirmed names we got as season 3 directors. Whether anyone does extra or there's some surprise, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a surprise one, because Peyton Reed was kept back quite a bit until it was just like, here's a picture of you to get excited about fucking season 2, and his one had the fucking ant in it, and that was amazing.
Yeah, great. Yes.
Mandalorian, would you argue, is the second best Star Wars series, if Andor people are to be believed?
Well, by the time we're going to review that on the TikTok page, I mean, that's going to be another year from now, because at this rate, I haven't even hit orbit. I just haven't.
I've still not finished it. No, I've watched a couple
done
of
the first
episodes.
3.
I like it. Like what it's doing, I'm like, this is cool.
This is
fine.
fine.
Also, I'm
yeah. There's nothing in me that makes me want to watch it
like
at the same
you
time.
said before, like how do we get invested in a group of characters where we know that they end up dying on a beach on Scarif?
Yeah, spoilers for those that haven't seen Rogue One. Yeah,
but like it's the same thing again about the prequel series, about the prequel. You know, where we know the outcome.
What's the point?
But
what's the point?
But from what everyone has said, it's some of the best Star Wars that has been done since the buyout from Disney. So I would be I really do want to get into it and finish it. That might be a thing that we'll have to sort of binge through. And
that's the thing. I feel like I'm quiet at the minute. It's still dry January, so maybe that will fill up. We've got 5 days left of time recording, 3 by the time this comes out. So maybe this will be the early February roundup review for my personal birthday shenanigans. I guess that could be the thing to sort of guide me into my birthday, maybe. Potentially. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll commit it now. I'll watch Andor. Whether I want to or not.
Yes.
I'll do Andor.
Cool.
Maybe.
I do need to do it, because I like it a lot. Yeah. I like good Star Wars, and good Star Wars is hard to come by sometimes. But what isn't hard to come by, is good Edgar Wright films, because he just fucking makes loads of them.
Yeah.
That was almost a good segue.
Too many good films.
But the fact that I called it out means it's no longer a good segue. Because apparently Edgar Wright's next film, The Chain, has cast Emma Stone.
Yay!
Nothing
taboo about it.
The basic premise is the film follows a mother whose child is kidnapped, which forces her to kidnap another child to have hers released and continue the chain.
Oh. Sounds like a good suspense thriller drama.
It does sound very decent. I mean, Edgar Wright, has he made a bad movie?
No.
But has he, unfortunately by circumstances beyond his control, had some movies basically won age horribly because of the public perception of one cast member, Kevin Spacey? Yes. But that wasn't his fault. That's the thing that makes me gutted about Baby Driver, is that it sort of was in the wave of that. So a lot of people would have been like, I'm not watching that, but obviously, like, he made that before he
All
knew
of that
all that,
happened.
so it was kind of
Yeah.
like, fuck, I've done all this hard work. But
Yeah.
we are getting a Buster Keaton biopic series with Matt Reeves set to produce, and will be starring Rami Malek
As Buster Keaton. Oh, interesting casting.
Series makes me interested, because I thought it would just be like a biopic film.
Who's directing it? Did you say? It's not. I was gonna say
it's not directed. Matt Reeves is producer.
Yeah. But
I don't know, would it be a HBO Max or just Max release?
It's no, it's not Mr. Robot director doing it, right? Because if it's anything like Mr. Robot doing a biopic, that
I've
would be an
not
interesting one.
seen anything about a director as a present, but I know that.
But Rami Malek playing Buster Keaton.
Do you know what the thing that annoys me about Rami Malek? He's a very good actor.
He is.
But he is believed to be like the second coming sometimes. Because I remember when he was just in bloody Night at the Museum. Yeah, that's the first. That's my first exposure to Rami Malek.
Yeah.
That I watched Mr. Robot. I like him in that. Bohemian Rhapsody is a shit show, shovel fire. But the less said about that, the better, because Bryan Singer's a prick. We possibly have a new Doctor Who Moser. I've actually looked this one up because
I forgot that Rami was in Amsterdam. Sorry, yeah.
I need to actually look it up. Where is it? Instagram is the thing I'm looking for. While we talk about that, what do we say?
What do we say on what?
What are the things you sent me? Go quick.
One of the things I sent you.
Yeah, go for that. Otherwise, it's just us staring at things.
Right. Awkward pause. A casting news. I mean, we'll go talk about the Marvel stuff in depth later on, but a random one that I found late last night in the warm comfort of my bed, because we are still in cold winters, unfortunately, hence why the warm was prefacised. A cast member that I didn't expect to join a certain series about Ironheart, featuring a certain actor from a galaxy far, far away. Solo's Star Wars Stories, Alden Ehrenreich, young Han Solo, joins Ironheart, which I didn't even know was a thing.
I saw that, and it's going to be nice to actually see more Alden Ehrenreich, because
he hasn't done much since Solo. I feel he was in,
and I love Solo.
He was in Brave New World. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since the cinema.
Great.
I haven't seen it since the cinema. 4 years ago? 5 years ago now. Fuck.
Jesus.
5 years this summer. 2018.
2018. Jesus.
Wow.
Let's do the big 5-year anniversary of Solo.
Yeah.
But no, the thing I was looking at was it Sam Watts had put on Instagram about a big announcement coming 23rd of January 2023, and Russell T Davies had commented on it. What?
Oh, yes.
And I know I hate to tee things, but I'll find out on Monday, and because basically Sam Watts was the composer for the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Right.
So many people are saying that would Sam Watts be the new composer in RTD2?
RTD2, yeah.
Which the thing that he was announced for, that the announcement teased, was for being the composer for Traitors. Which is
not Doctor Who.
Which is a very
Traitors.
Decent show. Have you seen it on the BBC? So basically, the game Among Us, where there's like an imposter.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah,
it's basically like that, but in a house with loads of people, and like one of them is the traitor.
Oh.
They got to try and deduce who.
They're not dressed up in colours. They're not dressed up in colours.
It's
what a shame.
They're just as people, and it's been so popular. Like, it's very good. And I hope they do another show.
How long has this been a thing then, Traitors? Because this
the last
wasn't
couple
on
of
my
months,
radar.
This was like the end of the year. But it's basically a thing of like, who was the traitor? But you've got like the English version, and they've bought
on Netflix.
No, it's on iPlayer.
Spy in Training.
I think you've got a different series.
It's just a different series called Traitors.
The Traitors BBC, but then also the BBC have then bought the rights
to
show the American version, which is now on iPlayer as well. But all that. It's reality TV that's not
Oh, it's
fucking
reality.
cringeworthy.
Okay, it's reality. I thought it was
It's reality, but
yeah,
it's real
it is
people. But
like
they've got to be like, you're the traitor. Like, it's because it's obviously to win money and shit. So,
fair enough.
but decent, very good. But that was the thing. But I would not have a problem with Sam Watts possibly being the composer. Everyone clamouring for Murray Gold. I would had Murray Gold left sooner than he did, because I think by certainly the Capaldi era at most, like on the whole, I mean, he was just sort of doing the greatest hits.
He kind of was. He was
Like,
a highlight
you
reel.
even had
Yeah.
I Am the Doctor, which is the 11th Doctor's theme, playing
Scattered so many bloody times during the season 6 and 5 albums.
Well, which is fine because of the different versions. But I'm talking like in Series 8, you had one of the next times have that piece of music in. It just, I'm not saying that's his fault, but that's just a thing of like editors being lazy, of just like, we'll use this thing. Like you had Rose's theme, like Bad Wolf theme, be the last or the first thing that plays when the 13th Doctor comes out of her regeneration. So, and you basically just sort of had like, there was no, specific piece of new music that you'd go like
Iconic bits and go,
yeah.
that's the show.
Whereas
yeah,
all the
yeah.
companion stuff he did for like Rose, Donna, Martha, Amy's theme is great. Clara's one's good. I think, yeah. I don't think, did Bill have one? Because that's the thing. I don't remember if Bill.
No,
I'm sure she would have, but it's not a.
unless it isn't just
something
it
that
isn't,
stands out to me.
It isn't called Bill's theme, if anything.
Yeah,
it's not called Bill's theme.
You've obviously got I'm the Doctor. The 9th Doctor theme, the 10th Doctor theme, the what's the one that he does for 12, but you only really hear it in like Deep Breath and then scattered throughout.
Am I a good man?
Is that, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah,
I think
and obviously
I am a good
all
man.
of those are amazing, and most of it is better than, because Sega Nakamura is more of a sort of, it's more subtle, it's more reserved,
Instrumental.
whereas it's like big bombastic and orchestral, which doesn't need to be all the time. You need to have sort of
A mix.
someone that does both. Like the big moments, like Murray was good at like the Dalek theme that was used from Series 1 up until it was brought back, wasn't it? It was.
I feel like it was.
I feel like it was used in a Jodie episode.
You probably feel like it was,
Or like at least Sagan's like sort of rendition of it.
Yeah,
If Murray comes back, great. But I want to see new stuff. Like I want
a new voice,
new
a
music.
new composer. Yeah.
Like I would. That's why I wouldn't. I think a brand new composer that someone maybe has worked with before. I'm fine with that. It's like how Chibnall brought a bit of the RTD era into his era when he had Arwell Jones, the production designer for Secret Jane Adventures, was then the production designer for his era.
Yeah.
So you can cross the streams that way, and it would be like to have Sam Watts, someone that's worked in that world and worked with Russell on one of Russell's shows in this world. So it would almost be a bit of a flavour of that, but a new voice in it.
A new voice, yeah.
But
I agree.
We shall see with that. And
only freaking like 10 months to go.
10 months. 10, 2012 months. We're on the countdown on the official Doctor Who Twitter accounts.
Ooh.
All the social media accounts, they've been posting. It started with the 13th Doctor was posted at 1313, and then has gone down each one since. And then when it got to, I think the 8th Doctor was the first one, instead of doing it at 8, and so it was going from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like 1313, 1212, 1111, 1010. I think it was the 8th Doctor, then they switched it from, it was either the 8th or 9th, they switched it from the AM to the PM. So then it was 9 minutes past 9 at night, and because Colin was yesterday. I think Colin was yesterday, and then it should be Peter was yesterday. Because obviously there was Tom Baker's birthday in between.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
I saw Tom's face today.
Let me have a look at Doctor here. But I love that Russell just likes all of these, even though he knows exactly what's up. Yes, Homo sapiens 2 hours ago. So it's a quote. It's a famous quote from that Doctor, and then like pictures of them, be it have they reprised their role or like
procrastinating. Nice to see you, good sir.
Yeah, so that was at 4 minutes past 4 in the afternoon, and yeah, you've had. So yeah, do you know what I'm gonna do? A fun little game before we do the Oscar noms. I'm gonna say the quote, and you're gonna tell me what story it's from.
Great. Okay.
Homo sapiens, what an inventive, invincible species. It's only a few million years since they've crawled up out of the mud and learned to walk.
Does it say what episode and quote it's from, or
Nope.
not? No, great.
Some of them I don't know either, so it'll be fun.
So Homo sapiens,
What an inventive, invincible species. Only a few million years since they've crawled up out of the mud and learned to...
To me, that sounds like that sounds like season 12, so my guts is robot or Ark in space.
Could be, I don't know.
Genuinely robot or Ark in space. Other than that, I don't know.
It was just Tom... It was
Genesis of the Daleks, yes.
It was just
Homo sapiens.
It's just Tom Baker in his break.
Well, I'm looking
This
up
one
the
I do.
quote.
This one I do know.
Yeah, okay.
For some people, small beautiful events are what life is all about. That's me doing my Peter Davison. Very breathy.
Feels different this time. When I hear the Paul, I feel
Some people, small beautiful events are what life is all about. Of course, that's where it all started.
That is Castrovalva. That's where it all started. That is
No, I mean that quote. That quote. Specific, I did the where it all started. Was a Five Doctors joke. Do you give up?
Castrovalva, I don't know.
It's Earthshock when he's talking to the Cybermen.
Oh, of course.
Planets,
as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Planets come and go, stars perish, matter disperses, coalesces, forms into patterns, otherwise nothing can be eternal.
Two Doctors. I'm literally just saying episode names.
Could be, I don't know that one. This one, we'll know. Because
we die like animals.
No, because you'll know from the last one. There are worlds out there where the sky is burning, where the seas are asleep and the rivers dream. People made of smoke and cities made of song. Somewhere there's danger, somewhere there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's just getting cold. Come along, Ace. We got work to do in the Big Finish expanded universe because we've been fired.
So survival.
Yes.
Survival.
How did you know?
Come on, it's got a lot of because we've been fired.
That's the thing, because like you've had Tom Baker's birthday in the middle of that, and we were like, "Why are you posting about the Fourth Doctor
already?"
I love humans always seeing patterns in things that aren't there.
That's just a movie.
So,
I mean,
exactly. These
it's not in the time the Doctor's short.
These quotes, they fit perfectly. This is a bit easy because we've had the War Doctor and you've had the Fugitive Doctor sort of like done in betweens as well. So like 809. So I didn't notice that. So 809 instead of so you've had it between 8 and 9. Very good. BBC. Great men are forged in fire. It's the privilege of a lesser man to light the flame. I'll give you a clue. It's Day of the Doctor.
Really?
All right. This is like for all the Eccleston quotes they could have used. This is underrated.
Okay.
We're falling through space, you and me, clinging to the skin in this tiny little world, and if we let go, that's who I am. Now forget me, Rose Tyler.
Yeah, that is part of the ways. That's when she's trying to get in the TARDIS.
No, that's Rose. When like, who are you? And he holds her hand. I can feel it. The turn of the earth. Like that whole speech
at the beginning
is amazing.
Oh,
God, I love Christopher Eccleston.
Okay.
David Tennant. Here we go. Which version of David Tennant?
Which one?
There's a lot of things you need to get across the universe. A warp drive, a wormhole, refractors. You know the thing you need most of all? You need a hand to hold. This is a bit of a tougher one. This is not a sort of like
obvious,
specific, very well-known David Tennant Doctor quote.
It sounds my gut saying Series 3, Series 4. The hand makes me think 4.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's Fear Her.
You think
because when he's talking about sending her home, yeah,
I get that.
It's a bit of a shit one.
Similar wavelengths, yeah.
This is a good Matt Smith one, but I never remember the episode it's from directly. I always shall I do the voice?
Yeah.
I am and always will be the optimist, the hoper of far-flung hopes, and the dreamer of improbable dreams.
Do you know what season it's from? Can you narrow it down?
I think it's got to be 6, right? People are just saying how hot he is in the comments, so this isn't helping. God, he's hot. My boy. God. You were there yesterday, Hottie. The best Doctor. What episode is this quote from? Because I can't remember. This person I like. Almost People. Series 6. Well done, Connor. I'll give you the point on that. All right, here we go. I know this episode for the 12th Doctor. You are monsters. That is the role you seem determined to play. So it seems I must play mine. Rips jacket off in stage direction. The man who stops the monsters. And I name you. I'll do the rest of the quote if you want me to. If this helps you.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
I am the Doctor. And This plane is protected. I am the Doctor, and I name you the Boneless.
It's Zygon inversion.
No, Series 8, love.
I say fear her. Inside?
No.
The Caretaker. Mummy on the Orient Express. I
No.
don't know. The Caretaker.
No.
Um.
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Flatline.
Oh right. Okay. Fine.
Very good episode. So this was just done at 13:00. So that's, I don't know what the number. I'm the Doctor, mate. Oodie Eliu. It's the only one she's actually properly in. So
Yeah.
okay. Jodie's one. I don't think I know what episode it's from, considering that we watched them all a couple of months ago. This isn't good.
This is embarrassing. Yeah.
Okay. Yaz. There we go. I'm getting into character.
Yes.
Love is a form of hope, and like hope, love abides in the face of everything.
Jesus.
Oh, I remembered. I think this is one of Mike's favourites, I believe.
So life is a form of hope.
I did the
Love
the weird gurning face. Love is a form of hope, and like hope, love abides in the face of everything.
So that's if it's love, I suppose
It's
that's
a good
near
one.
the
It's a good
end,
episode.
The end, Haunted with the Diodati,
No.
Timeless Children, Series 12 to 13,
Series 11.
Right. Series 11,
Mhm.
Love, Demons of the Punjab. Then.
Yes!
Demons of the Punjab. Right. 'cause it's
Which
talking
ones
about the
did you
family.
get right in that impromptu game? Who knows? 'Cause
None.
It's time for
None.
George and Connor talk about the Oscars, and maybe we'll actually do our award show that we've wanted to do for a little while.
Yeah.
I think we should do, when we do ours, we should do like
award show.
a mix of like serious ones and also
Yes.
like best haircut by someone called Nick, and it's Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage wins that category every year till the end of time. No, we got the Oscar noms. The Oscar
Yeah, the
noms. Do you have the list of the Oscar noms? Because some of them were good, some of them were. You still haven't nominated Daniel Kaluuya because he won best. Did he get best supporting for Get Out?
I feel like he did. Yes.
That's a fucking sham because he's the main
He's
guy.
the main guy in it. Yeah.
So
So how are we going to talk about? Are we talking about every single category under the sun?
we'll talk about. We'll work up to the big ones. What ones?
Okay, so if
Go
this,
to the
bottom, I
fucking
guess.
bottom of the fucking part. Right, there we go.
yeah, original screenplay.
So we've got Connor has probably seen more of these than I have. So a lot of this, like the what's coming out this year, will just be like, cool, never seen it.
Yeah, great. Next.
Okay, so we've got best original screenplay.
Shall we just go through the top?
We'll go from bottom to top.
Original, adapted, visual effects, sound.
short film. Yeah.
Okay.
Short
short
film
films.
animated. Production design. Oh, best
picture, music, original song, original
score. Yep, I
makeup,
like that.
feature
International
film,
feature film editing, documentary, directing, costume design, cinematography, animated feature film. How long can we actually say this in sync? Supporting role, leading role. Have you not got the best film ones?
I swear that was best picture was at the very top. I thought. I mean, this actor was the main one.
I know one of
actor was the main one. I think.
Okay.
But yeah, the best feature film is missing from the official Oscars.org website. We've broken it. Select a category. Best film.
Best picture.
Best picture. Right, so that must be. That's
it's
further
above,
down.
That's above
That was
production design.
Yeah, so that was further down. That was.
We'll go. Once we get to best picture, we'll leave that there.
Right, it's there.
you go.
Okay,
We'll
right.
leave that one for
yeah,
last.
we'll skip that. Okay.
Because
Bloody hell.
that was
bloody
stressful.
Nora.
So we got best original screenplay. We got The Banshees of
Inisherin, I think that's how you pronounce it.
by Martin McDone. Everything Ever All at Once by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. Sorry if I've said that wrong.
They've got a duo name. I think it's something like Bones, but something
Pretty
random
cool.
like Bones.
The Fablemans
Yeah.
by Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner. Tar by Todd Field, and The Triangle of Sadness, written by Ruben Osterland. I would say that I've only at present seen Everything Ever All at Once.
Yeah.
Really liked it. I think that was really good. I would say that
Quirky original screenplay
Yeah.
at best. Yeah.
I'd say that, or probably The Fablemans will win it because Steven Spielberg. But
Steven
we haven't
Spielberg's-
seen it yet because it doesn't come out here yet
No,
until Friday.
Time this comes out, it would
Yes.
have, yeah.
Banshees of Inisherin, I've not watched. That's on Disney Plus. Not watched it yet, so I
Yeah.
can comment.
Same
The
here.
other two, no idea.
Yeah, Tar is out at, say, a town further away from us, which is very limited, but I've heard universal things about Tar. Triangle of Sadness, never heard of.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Upwards.
Upwards.
Next
So
one.
if we're going to pick one, it'd be Everything
Everywhere
Everywhere.
all at once
Yeah.
because it was really good. It
It's
was
the only one
my
I've seen.
third favourite film of the year last year.
It was my second.
Very good, very good. I need to own it. I know. I need to get back into owning like more films.
I know,
I
but
just don't have
there's
the
thing,
space.
there's more releases where they aren't on 4K in this country than there are in others.
But
which is
then
bullshit.
sometimes it does come out. Okay, adapted screenplay. All Quiet on the Western Front, fantastic movie. Forgot to put that on my list last year.
Yeah, I still need to watch it.
Glass Onion, Knives Out. All Quiet on the Western Front was Edward Berger, Leslie Patterson, and Ian Stolken.
But again, that's not the first adaptation of that film because it's based on a classic war movie and,
Yes.
and a novel that
The other version of All Quiet on the Western Front is very good. Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, written by Ryan Johnson, obviously from his previous work.
Yeah.
Last
Jedi.
Living Kuzo Ishiguro.
Kazuo Ishiguro.
Sorry if we've said any of his names wrong. We are trying. And Top Gun Maverick. No, sorry, there's a woman talking underneath. Sorry, it's because there's a long list. I thought that was the last one. Top Gun Maverick, Aaron Kruger, Eric Warren Singer, Christopher McQuarrie, story by Peter Craig and Justin Marks.
A lot of people worked on that.
And Women Talking by Sarah Polley. I would say the one that's probably going to win it would be Glass Onion because I think what's going to hurt All Quiet on the Western Front is that it's a German.
Yeah, it's a German production, isn't it? It's
German
a German
film.
take on it. Yeah.
And it's Netflix, so all the rich white people that vote on these are going to be
Will
like,
be,
oh, it's streaming, so this isn't cinema.
I would go out to the movie theatre.
But
yeah.
the way that it's gone, I wouldn't be
Yes.
surprised if Top Gun Maverick won it. I think that's going to do
again,
okay.
Adapted screenplay, I thought was just pure like novel or book adaptations, but this
It can be adapted from a novel or from any previous
From a
work.
previous
So
work,
like
yeah.
mainly sequels and stuff, or basically like a franchise that already existed.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd probably be Top Gun, Knives Out, Glass
Yeah.
Onion. It'd be a toss up.
I think Glass Onion.
No offense to Living, because I think that's the Bill Nighy movie that got a lot of good reviews.
Yeah, I heard good things about it. Out of All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, and Top Gun Maverick, I wouldn't mind any of them.
Yeah. Women Talking,
the other two I
like
need to
before.
see.
Never heard of it. Never heard of Women Talking.
And onwards we go, up the list.
Up the list.
Visual effects. I think we can, looking at it, we know what the winner's going to... Oh, no, maybe...
Yeah.
No, I know it's going to be. So, All Quiet on the Western Front, I'm not going to read out all the names for these.
Apart from All Quiet on the Western Front, I've seen all four of them.
You should watch it, man. It is very good.
I do need to watch Western Front.
For the ones that have like loads of people named on them, we're not going to name on that because we'll be here all fucking
we'll
night.
be all night.
All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water,
The Batman,
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, or Top Gun
Gun
Maverick. Should we do 3, 2, 1 and say what we think it's going to be?
Objection.
3, 2, 1. Oh, you do your objection first.
I was literally going to say Top Gun Maverick. Filmed practically. Tom Cruise as a nutter, own stunts, blah, blah, blah.
But
they did a lot of plane stuff for real, blah, blah, blah.
That's why I think it's not going to be as much in terms of visual effects.
It can't be top, but even if it's good visual effects, you couldn't tell whether it was practical or
because
not.
it was seamless.
But again, it shouldn't win because of that.
So I think 3, 2, 1, the Avatar.
Avatar spent 20 years on this shit.
It would be that or Wakanda Forever, but I think
Forever.
It's probably hands down going to be Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yeah, this rate, yeah.
But yeah, the other films are good. But the Batman, like Top Gun Maverick, I know
It's the
less so
lighting.
Top Gun Maverick. It's probably more subtle visual effects.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that,
aesthetic.
the lighting. I hope it's not for cinematography because that's in the fucking dark.
You can't see shite.
So next one, we've got sound. Ooh.
Oh, again, 4 out of 5 I've seen.
All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, or Top Gun Maverick. I think it might be Top Gun Maverick for this because of the because sound is not music. Sound is
it's
the sound,
the editing, the mix.
Yeah, the editing, the mix, and the way that you are drawn into this world is through it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. It has to feel and sound real.
Yes.
So I think Avatar could win it.
Yeah.
But I think you'd go for more of something like an All Quiet on the Western Front. But I think Top Gun might win it because of that, like in terms of like the fights, the sequences, and the fact that they can use the sound to make sort of disjoint you in terms of like where you are.
Yep. Definitely.
The sound use in the Black Man's good. I don't know. Elvis could be
Elvis. I think, not to spoil another category, I think Elvis is up for best film editing, and I think that could give it more pointers. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
So if I was going to say, I would say it would be Top
Gun Maverick.
Or
And I wouldn't
Fire on
hate
the
that.
Western Front.
I wouldn't hate that because I'm German, but also because I haven't seen the film.
There we go.
But yes,
Germans endorse films they haven't seen.
Yes, approved. Right, short film, live action. Not seen none of these, straight up.
Now, I know everyone moans about the short film stuff, and that's like, you know,
I don't know.
People are like, oh, why is it in here when we haven't seen it? Or like, a lot of people
20 minutes.
or a lot of people rightfully say, like, you know, how come, like, oh, good job it's in the short thing, we haven't seen it, or people actually want to see it. Unfortunately, we have not seen any of these short films
because I don't feel like these are accessible. They're not
always accessible.
Cinema format.
They don't have decent releases or decent accessibility in terms of streaming. Or,
no, they don't.
You know, do short films get physical media releases?
Maybe you get short film collections. I've seen a few of them around, but
maybe we'll have to look into that as a New Year's resolution. So we've got An Irish Goodbye by Tom Berkeley and Ross White. Ivalau by Anders Walter and Rebecca Pruzan. Le Pupil. Sorry, Alice Rochwater and Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah,
that'll probably win because I know who Alfonso Cuarón is. Night
yes.
Ride by Eric Tweeten and Gaut Lit Larsen. Fantastic name.
Yeah.
And The Red Suitcase by Cyrus Neshwat. I'm going to just guess Le Pupil because of Alfonso Cuarón.
Famous for Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes, that's the only thing he's ever done. Up next.
The only thing he's done.
Short film animated. As again, we've not seen any of these, so we are sorry to all these people that work so hard on all these short films. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Marksey and Matthew Frood. The Flying Sailor by Amanda Fortis and Wendy Tilby. Ice Merchants by João Gonzalez and Bruno Cantano. My Year of Dicks, Sarah Gunnersdottir and Pamela Ribben.
Yeah.
Or an ostrich told me the world is fake and I think I believe it. I want that one to win.
Yeah, it's just because of the title.
By
Lachlan
Pendragon.
Yeah,
Pendragon, what a fucking
that is a
name.
Cool name.
Some of these people have great fucking names.
No, so based on biased opinion, an ostrich told me the world is fake and I think I believe it. Should win.
I think we should seek that out and watch it every day until we die.
Especially if it's only
really like
20 minutes long.
I really like it. Okay, up next. Production design. Now, I think I know which one. I'll tell you which one I think should win it after we read them out. We've got, because you've got production team and design and decorators.
3 out of 5.
We'll just say the names again. Like, apologies to all these people. We are not a decent
this
awards
this is like a TikTok reel. We're on a timer.
Yeah. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fabelmans. So do you know what I think will win?
Yes, just say
it'll be thoughts. Elvis or The Fabelmans. Because The Fabelmans is obviously a period piece semi-biographically based off of Steven Spielberg's life.
Yeah.
So
what got him into movies?
Because what gets a lot of things, like period pieces or like high concept, like space sci-fi stuff, where you've got to basically build a world. You know, not that it's easy to just set something in contemporary like London. Like that's still hard, but it's also you've got a lot more to work with in terms of if you just make it set in today. So I think it would be that, or I think it might. If I was had to choose, if I was them, I think they're going to choose Elvis.
I feel Elvis.
The nostalgia for the American dream in the 50s, and drugs,
and hair,
and money, and rich white people. Elvis. But I think if you was going to, because you could say, I think you can't really say about Avatar because they filmed underwater and it's all CGI.
It's not real. There's nothing to produce.
Do you know? And I think a close third might be Babylon because obviously that's a more period-y thing.
It is a 1920s, 30s sort of like Fabelmans is a tribute to the 1920s and 30s golden era of Hollywood, silent era.
A bit Gatsby-esque,
very vintage, very vintage.
I still need to see that because that's
last week, just a recent release. It's still in cinema. It's
cool.
quite in traction. It won't go anytime soon.
I believe we're planning to go to the cinema tomorrow, so I might by this time tomorrow have seen A Man Called Otto. Because I think
that's a good pick.
We were weighing it up, and I was like, "Oh, maybe we go for Tom Hanks because he never makes anything bad." And on that sense, we were kind of like, "Yeah, that's true."
That's a very, very, very good. Yeah,
and we will
I
skip
need to see
over,
a lot of Tom Hanks, but he doesn't make bad shit.
We need to skip over this next one because this is the big one. We'll skip over Best Picture.
The anonymous picture, no comment.
Musical original song, which
I
is
think
the singy, not the. So we've got
out of all of these, I've heard maybe
applause
2, 3
from Tell It Like a Woman.
Music and lyric by Diane Warren.
Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick. Music and lyric by Lady Gaga and Blood Pop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think this is my favourite.
Well, I mean, this one has
Lift
to
Me
win.
Up from
Yeah.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's the Rihanna sung it.
Yeah.
The lyrics were by Thames and
Thames.
Ryan Coogler, and Ludwig Göransson, and Thames also worked on the music with Rihanna and Coogler.
Yeah.
I like that Coogler's across like the writing, the music, and sort of everything. It's like, no, this is the world I inhabit. This has
I
to
have
feel
to be
the same.
involved.
This has to
Yeah.
feel like an extension of each other, not like it's just like, and
A
here's the music
separate-
lumped in it.
Yeah.
I really like Lift Me Up, and it's a really sort of, it's a really nice song where it hits in the credits.
100%. 100%.
Natu from RRR,
Which is another foreign film that's done really well this year.
I've not seen it. I've not even.
No, I think it was in Cineworld spring to summer, and then the whole world's blown up on it.
We'll have to try and see
I'll
more of these.
try and
releases.
find it down. Yeah.
But music by by Craven the Hunter, Krivarani, and lyrics by Chandra Bose.
Yeah.
This is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Music by Ryan Lott, David Byrne, and Mitski. Lyric by Ryan Lott and David Byrne. I would say, for me, it's Lift Me Up.
I mean, no offense to Top Gun Maverick, Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I don't personally remember those songs off the top of my head. Bearing in mind, I've only seen the film. No, Top Gun I've seen a couple of times.
And I think considering that
Lift Me Up is
the original
sticks.
songs and soundtrack for Black Panther were so well, but it was the closest we've ever got to the Batman movie soundtrack in modern day.
Yeah.
In terms of like the music in that was that and Into the Spider-Verse the same year. Like they were both fantastic albums.
Yeah.
And there wasn't as much of a push for the songs, but when you listen to Lift Me Up is a great.
It is. It just summed up everything.
Song. Yeah, it kind of like sums up the film, doesn't it?
Goosebumps. Yeah, it's a great song.
So the next one should be. So yeah, our pick is Lift Me Up.
Yeah.
Music original score. All Quiet on the Western Front by Volker Bertelmann.
yeah.
Babylon, Justin Hurwitz. The Banshees of Inisherin, I still can't say it right, by Carter Burwell. Everything Ever All at Once by Son Lux. And The Fablemans by John Williams.
Oh, who else would it be? A Steven Spielberg movie.
If John Williams wins it, it's because maybe like with, I don't know if you got this feeling with The Rise of Skywalker when they put him up for best original score, it was kind of like he's gonna die soon. We should win him an Oscar.
Yeah.
Not to say that I think he's gonna die, but I think he's
his
old
music
and he,
sucks,
and he needs a bit of recognition for all the amazing work he's done in Hollywood for fucking decades.
Yeah.
So the easy answer for the rich white people that made these decisions would
Will
be
be
the
Fablemans. Yeah.
But I really do like the Everything Everywhere All at Once score. It's very sort of
I've not heard it said. It's
a good score should not jump out at you. It should just enhance what you're watching, and that does make you feel a bit sort of like
trippy, psychedelic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Makes you feel like you're out of this world.
Yeah. And I think that the use of All Quiet on the Western Front is really good for aesthetic. Babylon also can't comment on. Haven't seen yet.
Babylon. Just because of its period, because of its style, and because it's all jazz and trumpets and trombones, it is an experience. You watch the movie, you have the crazy visuals and the overtop sequences, but again, it's the sound, it's the music, it's the editing that accompanies the visuals. Accompanies. So I'd say for me, an honourable second pick, because it's fresh and I remember, and that film I can't think without the tracks.
Yeah.
I would say second best. Well, for me, first best Babylon. Fablemans I can't comment. Then I'd say Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then the other three movies I've not seen at time of recording. So my pick is going to be Babylon. I want it to be Babylon.
Lovely. We've got makeup and hairstyling. All Quiet on the Western Front. The Batman, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Elvis,
and The Whale.
Oh, The Whale getting an Oscar nod.
Yeah.
Come on, Brendan Fraser.
We are back.
I think it's going to be Elvis. Period setting.
Yes.
Famous fucking public figure.
Yeah.
You know,
he was known for his hair.
as much as the world in which is created in Wakanda is amazing because it's you have to create the hairstyles, the culture, the music, the dress, like
The
you have
whole
to create everything
visual.
that exists within that country.
Yeah.
And Ryan Coogler's done a fantastic job being all across that, especially, and shout out to the Batman as well for doing the Batman 89 / Batman Returns thing of these films could take place. Like, there's enough technology for it to take place in modern day, but they also feel very out of time.
Vintage.
Yeah, which I think Batman the animated series did well when the original Tim Burton ones did. So I think it'll be Elvis. The Whale is probably a shout. I mean, I've not actually seen
Just
it.
because of Brendan Fraser's face.
But I've seen bits
And
of his
his
before. I just know about his performance and his wonderful standing ovation that he got very tearful about. All Quiet on the Western Front as well, because obviously being a World War II movie, so any of them would be worthy winners, but I think it's going to be Elvis.
Yeah, my gut is saying
Maybe
Elvis.
the Batman would be the worst to win out of all of them because it's just a bit like,
And because it's all in darkness.
you can't see the fucking things anyway.
Yeah.
Up another one. International feature film. All Quiet on the Western Front. Argentina, 1985. Close.
Yeah. And The Quiet Girl.
I think The Quiet Girl could win it.
I've not. How is Mr. Streamer not gone out? How have you seen The Quiet Girl? What is it?
The Quiet
is it
Girl
Netflix film?
it was a cinema film.
Was it really?
It's obviously it's Irish, and it's got one of David Tennant's kids in it and Kieran Hines.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's that one. Yeah, The Quiet Girl. I think it would be that, or it would be All Quiet on the
Western Front at the minute.
Me.
No diss to Poland, Belgium.
I have not
seen it, but I've not heard or
I've
seen
not
none of the other three.
No, I've not seen the other ones.
But I'm surprised RRR, the Indian Bollywood film that's kind of taken over the second half of last year, that's not...
Yeah, because that sort of popped up everywhere, isn't it, really?
That did become a thing.
We shall see. So I would say it would be between All Quiet on the Western Front and The Quiet Girl. Either of those I'm happy with. I think, just for streaming-wise, it'd be nice for All Quiet on the Western Front to sweep that home.
Yeah. And considering it's been nominated for a lot of categories. I mean, has it been in every single thing? No, it's not.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I think there's only a couple.
I feel like I mentioned that name maybe 20 times.
We have, because we love it. Film editing.
And it makes me feel bad because I haven't seen it. Film editing.
Is the homework. Before next week's episode...
See all of these films I haven't seen.
Watch All Quiet
on the Western Front at least. Yeah, I can do that. It's fine. I can do that.
Film editing. The nominees: The Banshees of Shuriken.
In Shuriken, yeah.
The Hurricane. Elvis. Everything Everywhere All at Once. And
Ta-ta.
Top Gun Maverick. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once or Elvis.
Yes, those are my picks.
Because the editing, from what I know of Elvis, makes or breaks your experience of the film.
It does.
Really.
It does.
Top Gun Maverick, I think, would be up there as well. I've not seen
all sorts
Banshees
of
or Tar.
All sorts of different styles of editing, because Everything Everywhere is the frantic, fast-pacing camera cuts, the crazy over-the-topness. Elvis is the hip-shaking, gyro-taking, crowd-popping, girls screaming, musical sensation. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick is just a lot of like planes moving and
just planes.
And a lot of camera turns like this, and it's all different styles. Tar is Kate Blanchett being the conductor, so there's a lot of hands moving and frantically forward and silencing with her hands. And in Banshees of Inisherin, I don't know, it's just Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson down in the pub and on the beach. I don't know how they edit that, but I don't know.
You wouldn't need to edit it, just let it run. Okay,
but Elvis, I think Elvis.
Elvis or Everything, I think. Documentary short film, unfortunately, we've still not seen any of these.
None of these films, nope.
And we'll be guessing based off of the names, I think, again.
Yes.
The Elephant Whisperers, Haul Out, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, Stranger at the Gate. I think Elephant Whisperers.
I like the fact that he's trying to measure a year. In centimetres, metres, kilometres, we don't know, but I appreciate
we joke, but... Some people put some really hard work, so we'll just skip over that and say you're all worthy winners.
Yeah, you are. You're short, nice and sweet.
Documentary feature film. Fuck.
I've not seen none. I've not heard or seen none of these.
The thing is, a lot of these documentaries don't get wide releases.
Exactly. It's not
Unless
me
we go
feeling
to film
bad.
festivals, but we can't afford to travel all the time.
And they're not over
but we
here
should
as much as
sometimes.
in America. Yeah.
All That Breathes, All the Beauty
and
and
the Bloodshed. Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Nathaniel?
Naval Unya.
Naval New York, Naval NY.
Yes. All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, I'm going to guess.
Fire of Love.
Oh, spicy.
Spicy.
Directing.
Speaking of spicy, directing, the man behind the camera. These are the movies that people will spend
we've got
hours working on.
Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Skr, you get hooked.
Yeah.
The Fabelmans, Steven Spielberg, Todd Field for Tar, and Ruben Östlund for
Triangle of Sadness.
I think it's going to be Spielberg. And I don't think it's going to be based off of how good the movie is.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be another thing of,
you've
you've done this a long time, here's an Oscar.
You've made a lot of American movies.
Not to say
that
the
American audience.
Not to say the Fabelmans is bad.
No, I can't.
From what I've heard, it's very good. But also, Steven Spielberg has not gone out to make either big blockbusters or like real think pieces. He's just kind of making what makes him happy, and I like that he's in that stage of his career where he's just like, these are the stories I want to tell before I stop telling them.
Why is January 2023 the year of? This is why I got into films. Let's have you go to cinema and watch a film about movies. Because there's Empire of Light with Olivia Colman. The other actors escape, but that's another cinema. This is why I make films. Toby Jones is in that one narrating it. This is why it's like a. This is why I love the cinema. There's a sequence in Babylon.
I love the cinema.
There's a sequence in Babylon which is I'm in the movies and you're going to see black and white movies going to colour. And then you've got that movie. So what's up with the cinematography? This is why I love movies.
Okay.
But no, directing, I'd say Everything Everywhere All at Once because it does a lot.
And it juggles everything so well, and it just flows. Like that film never feels like anything takes too long or too little.
It's an
but then
experience.
That's you'd say that's more for the editing, but I think everything that you see is, what you need to be seen. I think it's a great realization of the director's vision. There you go. The next one. Costume design. Oh, I think it's I can see it. Babylon, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, or Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I wanted to see that. That's
so did I.
The dress designer, and then gets into like Paris Fashion Week and stuff from
which I didn't see, but I did.
So it could be that because that's also a bit of a period piece. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It could be. Then, because of obviously the costumes and the world building in terms of
what wacky costumes were in Everything Everywhere All at Once? Because I just remember a lot of t-shirts and a lot of
Jamie Lee Curtis's hair.
The hair, exactly. That's an outfit in itself.
She didn't have hair. Her hair just made her clothes. I'd say it'd be between. It could be any of them, really. I think Everywhere All at Once is maybe the least likely.
I think it's all the odd numbers. It's number 1 Babylon, number 3 Elvis, or number 5 Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris at this minute.
You've got a lot of period pieces in there. You've got otherworldly stuff and multiversal stuff. So happy with any of them, really. I really wish I'd seen Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
So
now that I've remembered that it happened.
To be fair. Yeah.
Okay, what we got next? Cinematography. All Quiet on the Western Front.
Bardo, False Chronicle with a Handful of Truths.
Not seen it. Elvis, Empire of Light, or Tar. I've heard good things about the way Tar looks.
I've heard decent. The trailer looked really good for Empire of Light, cinematography wise.
So we're only going to really probably go with the ones that we have seen, which you've only seen one of those, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I've only seen one of them, so I'll go for All Quiet on the Western Front, and you
I'll
go for
All Quiet on the Elvis front.
But
Bardo, False Chronicle with a Handful of Truths. I've not heard
that.
That
sounds good, though.
It does. I've not heard of that as well.
I know what one's next, though. Best animated
feature film.
Right,
and I've not seen none of these.
You've not seen any of them?
Nope.
I've seen
Discuss
2.
10.
No, I've seen 2. I've seen clips of.
I'm going to see that one. I think. Yeah.
Oh shit.
What,
so
you've seen it?
The nominees are
The
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with the Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. Turning Red is a very good Pixar film because it's the one where she turns into a red panda and is basically like an allegory for girls going through puberty and like growing up and stuff, the expectations of mothers, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Not one of the top tier Pixar ones, but still.
I've heard a lot of weird mixed things about that one.
Because what else came out in 2012 Pixar wise?
2012 or 2022?
2022. Fucking hell.
That was 10 years ago. 2012 was like Brave. Anything's miles better than Brave. Turning Red, and
there was another Lightyear.
Oh fuck! Anything's better than Lightyear.
It was the better one out of those two. But it's like in terms of like Luca and stuff like that, it's it fits with I like to call it like the new like Pixar like Renaissance.
The new
like,
Renaissance
the
stuff, yeah.
Renaissance of the 90s stuff for the animated. Like there is more great stories coming out. It's just this is kind of a little bit weaker than
weaker than
peak
Pixar.
Onward, Luca and stuff like that for me. I would
Okay.
say. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I've heard great things about. The animation style is mental.
Yeah,
and it
it's
ends,
meant to be.
It ends with the lead in that Puss in Boots sails back to the land of far, far away where Shrek lives.
Oh,
Because
Shrek
we know
5
that
confirmed.
Well, that was pseudo confirmed end of last year. That
Yeah,
they
it
were
was.
moving
They were
forward with a
moving
new
forward with a
Shrek,
Shrek.
whether
Yeah.
it was a sequel or not.
The SCU, the Shrek Cinematic Universe, is
Get out,
starting, baby.
Well, now that he's in the new
no,
DreamWorks logo, isn't
The
it?
Swamp Cinematic Universe.
Maybe.
It's the Swamp.
It's the Spum. No, because obviously, like the new DreamWorks animation logo has all like the franchise stuff on it. So,
yeah.
For me, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Have you watched it?
But I've heard, I've seen
Forgot
clips
to put that on my list as
You
well.
forgot.
last year. Really good.
See, I was saving it to do the Disney one and watch that one, but I haven't watched either.
That one,
Genuinely, I've
superior.
Heard of course, the Disney's dog shit, and then
I think it's very basic for the remakes, like
Yeah.
we said. But like out of the two versions of Pinocchio we got last year,
superior. Yeah,
and for
it's the name
quite
Del Toro.
quite a rarity for Netflix.
Yes.
There's a behind the scenes on it.
I know.
On
I
Netflix.
I saw it scrolling past. Yeah.
So check that out as well, because like Guillermo del Toro has even said I'll be like he's on a mission to prove that animation is a form of film that can be taken seriously. And he's a very good filmmaker. He's very talented and throws himself into everything.
Talented, yeah.
Marcel
the Shell with Shoes On, I've not heard of. And Sea Beast, I've not heard of it.
But yeah, I think it's got to be Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, because from what I know, it's head and shoulders above all of them.
Yes. Insert quote there. No, but genuinely, I have looked at that movie and gone, I cannot wait to watch that, because is it nearly 3 hours long? Is it 2 hours?
It's quite long. It's like two.
So I need an evening to watch. Yeah,
you would enjoy that. Either watch that or All Quiet on the Western Front tonight.
Both.
I mean, that's two very polarizing feelings you're going to get.
But that's what film's all about, feeling.
Depression about the Holocaust, and then you've got to watch All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay.
No, like Pinocchio is very good. Okay, actress in a supporting role. We've got Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Hyung Choi for The Whale.
Okay.
That's thingy Short Round. Is that Short Round?
No,
Was it
actress.
something?
No.
Actress, sorry.
Yeah, not actor, no.
Kerry Condor for The Banshees. I'm gonna Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Ever All at Once, and Stephanie Hishu for Everything Ever All at Once. I think it will be Jamie Lee Curtis. But I think Angela Bassett
should bloody be Angela Bassett. Yeah,
Angela Bassett.
It should definitely be Angela Bassett.
Was one of the outstanding performers in that film.
Me. Yeah, no,
so I would say that.
Universally,
The Whale not seen. The other two in Everything Ever All at Once. Like you could make a case for either of them, and obviously I've not seen.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of like Instagram posts regarding the amount of nominations across the board that film. It's like 14.
You could have had loads. You could have had loads.
Yeah,
like there was the long list, which a lot of people didn't make. So, so this should be the next one should be actress in a leading role.
Angela Bassett for me, supporting role.
Yes.
But
actress
leading role
in a leading role. Kate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde. Yes, because God, she's amazing, and also she's fucking gorgeous. Andrea Riseborough for To Leslie, Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans, that's the one playing Steven Spielberg's mother.
Yeah, yeah.
And Michelle Yeoh for
Everything Ever All at Once.
Her. I think Michelle should win it, or Ana de Armas, because I love her.
The film Blonde is a weird film, but the performance
she's a very good actress for her own, but I think Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
It has to be. In terms of if it's Michelle Williams, then
fair play,
laziness. But I think for me, here we go.
Here we go.
So Michelle Yeoh for you.
Yeah, my gut, but then I wouldn't be surprised if Ana de Armas did sneak that one.
Okay, we'll be happy.
If they feel very musical and they give Elvis a bit of love, then they think, Marilyn, give her love too.
We'll be happy if it's either of those two. Actor in a supporting role, we got Brendan Gleeson,
Mad Eye Brendan,
Brendan Gleeson for Banshees, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway,
Bullet Train should be Bullet Train. Not cool. I don't know what cool.
Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan for not the Batman, but for the Banshees, and Ki Young Kwan. That's
short round.
That's short round.
Yeah.
Him, because if you've seen the interviews of him talking about like he thought he was done in Hollywood because when he stopped getting called for roles after Goonies and Indiana Jones and stuff,
I don't know.
basically like gave it up, and then he's got like his first role in like years and
so many years. Yeah.
But next one. So I'd say Ki Young Kwan.
Ki Hye Kwan. Yeah, definitely.
Or Brian Tyree Henry, because Brian Tyree Henry's great in everything.
I want to know what
and he's just really nice and charismatic.
He's lovely.
He's a lovely man.
He's a lovely tangerine.
Here we go. Actor in
a leading role. This is the debatable one.
Now, can I just say before, I think it could be any of them. So Austin Butler for Elvis seems like a bit of a cop out, because if Taron Egerton doesn't win one, why the fuck should you? But because Rami Malek won one, but we didn't get Taron Egerton one, but we'll give Elvis one. Colin Farrell, like, to be fair, he's great in everything he's in. The man I want to win more than anyone else, Brendan Fraser
for The Whale,
because by all accounts,
just look at him.
It's an intense performance.
Look at that man.
Paul Mescal for
After Sun, which was a movie that came out late last year over here, but again, it was one that was on my radar, but blipped before I could even look at it.
It's my blood beard. And Bill Nye for Living,
which I still hadn't seen.
Brendan Fraser for me.
So yeah, I am seeing The Whale tomorrow.
Are you? So you can confirm us.
I can confirm me in the future, in the past.
You can confirm on TikTok whether yes.
Yeah. But, no. Well, I've already seen Austin Butler, and he was the best thing about the movie.
Yeah. So it could be Austin Butler. Would be the easy answer. But I really would like Brendan Fraser. But I'd like any of them to win it.
I should see all of them just for those names. But yeah.
At
the minute, Austin Butler.
Shall we go back down to Best Picture?
Which is
just above production design. There it is. Yeah. Wow, well done.
Fourth from the bottom, something like that. Like it.
So the nominees,
the best of the best.
How
many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10.
Bloody
hell.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar: The Way of Water. Mm-hmm. Banshees. Elvis. Everything Ever All at Once.
The Fabelmans. Tar. Top Gun Maverick. Triangle of Sadness. And Women Talking.
Right, should we do like a top 3?
Yes.
Out of those, and then try and pick a winner. So I think the top 3 will be Elvis, The Fabelmans, and Everything Ever All at Once. That's not just my
that's
opinion.
Your favorism. Yeah, of course.
That's also what I think
you're trying to predict the system. Yeah.
I don't want Avatar to win it, because as much as I have heard that it is much better than the first one, I'm sick of these films being fucking good. Well, they're not even good films, they're just films.
They are just films.
Like Avatar, like why? Well, when Avatar was toppled as the highest grossing film of all time, we were like, great, a film that's the highest grossing film of all time, that's actually fucking good. And then Avatar: Way of Water, like
it's in the top 6. It's overtaken No Way Home, I think, now.
It's in top 5 now. I think it's so James Cameron has made 3 different billion-dollar movies in 3 different decades. $2 billion movies, sorry.
Yeah.
I want it to be Avatar 2, just so that Avatar 2 is confirmed to be fucking far inferior to the second one. But also, I don't want Avatar to be like, it's a bit, because it just gets up James Cameron's arse, and he'll be like, well, obviously now, because he needed this one to make so much money.
So I think it was $2 billion for it to break even.
Yeah, because he filmed most of 3 and some of 4.
Because of aging, awkward Stranger Things.
And because of the production money they had into it. It was like, we'd rather do it now than fucking put it all into a film that might not succeed, so might not warrant a sequel. But I don't want it to just like get up his own arse and then they all make fucking $5 billion each.
Yeah,
but,
no, I get that.
Elvis, I think, for nostalgia and because they love old rich white money. Everything Ever All at Once, I think, out of all of them, is the best film in that. Like, it does something different. It's an original story.
1, 2, 3. So I'm just counting how many I've seen. So I've seen Top Gun, Everything, Elvis, and Avatar. So I've only seen 4 out of the 10. That's 4 out of 10. Not good. Yeah. Out of the 4, I think probably Everything Everywhere is the overall best product that tackles so many things.
Yes.
That leaves you feeling breathless. That leaves you feeling everything everywhere all at once. You can't describe it until you see it.
Like in terms of an actual film, whereas like a good time you have with Top Gun,
do nostalgic time.
Avatar is a technical marvel. I think it will be Elvis or The Fabelmans is what they'll choose. Because that's the way the Academy works.
Yeah.
But I would love for it to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, I would honestly, I would fucking love it.
If it was a fan vote, if we can all bribe it.
Yeah, or All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, I think that should get.
Because I'm giving that a lot of love.
Yeah.
Because it should do. Because also, it's for a Netflix movie.
It is
Because
pretty good.
for the old-timey directors that are like, you shouldn't consider streaming. But no, streaming is cinema.
Yeah.
I like the Top Gun Maverick's in there because it's proved that, you know, you don't have to actually be a decent film. Not saying it's shit, but I'm saying it's not, in terms of, it's spectacle. It's not substance, story, genre, emotion. It's not that. It's basically a very good sequel
to a film that,
you know, it didn't really need a sequel.
It didn't need a sequel. And for many years wasn't going to get one.
I think Calvin Dyson talks about this in his new video, like, has James Bond got a Tom Cruise problem? That because of Maverick, we look upon him in a more sort of positive way, because all it was just like, you know, stunts for fucking Mission Impossible. But it's like, no, like, he can do the nostalgia and the things that, like, you know, he was loved for Top Gun and he went back to that because there was a story to tell, but also, you know, he did make it an action movie that made a lot of money as well. But it is good. So I would say, for me, I want it to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it will be The Fabelmans or Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis, Fabelmans, or if I was just to pick a third, I'm just going to say Avatar, just because of the Cameron formula and the money.
He would love it though, wouldn't he? He'd plaster that all over his fucking genitals. What do you guys think of the Oscar noms? Who do you want to win certain things? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us?
How many have you seen?
More importantly, how many have you seen? Have any of you, and I'm talking to you, the audience, have any of you seen the short films? Please
send them to us.
Yeah, tell us how we can watch them.
Via MP4, PDF.
They're the things you have to seek out more than other stuff.
You really do.
Yeah, let us know if you agree with us, disagree with us in the comment section below, because we can have a good old chat about it, hopefully. Or email us
at nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
And you can follow us at Pastry Because Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a TikTok, which may have things coming very soon, and it might be actually signed in on Connor's phone, so he can use it for his film review. We're going to be doing, we wanted to do it the last couple of days, but it's just, you know, where I have to let Connor know in advance, because, you know, work and stuff. It'd be like, I can't just go, can you come down today? Because it's like, no, because I'm working / at the cinema. No. I'm at the cinema and because I'm basically I'm off for a good few days, like this week and a bit of next week. So we're sorting some stuff. We're gonna do a video to explain all that and not just leave it on here. But moves are being made. And as always, thank you, Connor, for being part of it. Thank me for turning the computer on. And thank you.
And thank you, the computer, for turning on.
And thank you at the home. A very Merry Christmas to all of you at home.
for 11 months' time.
Not much to say apart from keep watching The Last of Us, because I'm not. And
the more of us.
Support us on our Patreon so I can afford Now TV and watch The Last of Us and House of the Dragon.
Oh, God.
Until then, guys, thank you very much. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.